Hi, it's Babs here from Fiery Phoenix, and I'm just recording a top tip for you to show you how to replace a foot on your sewing machine that actually needs to be unscrewed and replaced. An example would be a walking foot, and so I'm working with some quilting today, so I thought that I'd show you a quick tutorial on how to remove the foot, replace it with a walking foot, and then put it all back together again as you would for standard sewing purposes. I hope this is of some help. So the first thing we need to do is take a slot screwdriver and unscrew the holding screw here. So lower the foot, make sure the machine is switched off, and you don't need to take the screw out completely, you can just loosen it slightly, lift up the foot, and then you can take that off. Then we have the walking foot, then make sure that this piece is above the bar that holds the needle, because as the needle comes down, that's what drives the walking action of the foot, so you need to make sure that's in place. And then this goes around the screw and then grips onto the front of the supporting leg. So as long as those two pieces are in place up the top and also here, you can then start to screw it back in again. It will look rather odd because when you lower the presser foot, it will float above the feed dogs, because it's expecting fatter material will have multiple layers. That's the whole point of using a walking foot. And you must make sure the screws are nice and tight when you go to use it. So let's just run some samples through so you can see the walking foot in action. I'll raise that up, make sure the threads go through the back, turn it on. So we'll run a sewing spider through, catch up any snags, don't want them on a nice piece of quilting. And then we use the walking foot where we have multiple layers of fabric. So quilting is a perfect example. So this is going into a ragged cushion cover. First part of which is we quilt across each section of that. I use a nice long stitch when I'm quilting. And generally I chain piece multiple patches as I'm working, as you see. I'll only do a couple here so that you get an idea of how the quilting foot works. Or, well, it's not a quilting foot, it's a walking foot. And there we have nicely quilted couple of patches. Take away the spider, and we have nice quilt lines. And I'll just show you how simple it is to remove the foot and then replace it with your standard foot. So the first thing you need to do is make sure it's switched off. We don't go around changing anything while the power is still on. Lower the foot, undo it. Not too much, we don't need to do it too far. Just need to make sure that it can wriggle slightly, lift the foot up, press the foot up. And then if it's still a smidge too tight, you can undo it, but this actually isn't. Just be gentle with it, and it will come away quite happily. Then we can replace our standard foot, making sure the threads don't get completely in the way. That's much simpler with this. There is a slight indentation here. If we line that up with the presser foot as it's raised, and then push that across, all we need to do then is simply drop the presser foot. It will put the screw in place, and then we can tighten that up. Make sure it's tight, and then we're ready to go.
I hope you found this tutorial useful, and if you did, please can you like the video and maybe even subscribe to the channel. You can find all my contact details at the end of the video, and I hope to hear from you soon. If you have any comments or suggestions for future tutorials, please just leave a comment below. Speak to you later. Bye!